Okay, I came over by my window, so maybe I'll have better signal. Don't have my Bible in front of me, but that's okay. So Jesus heals this man and tells him to take up his pallet and go home. And he does. And, and again, Jesus, as he does so often, admonishes the person, don't say anything. Well, how can you not say anything? How can your friends, your neighbors, those who live around you not notice that there is something different, And of course, the man tells. How can you not tell of all of those things that have happened? And so the story gets out. And then I'm going to sit back down here again by my Bible. And Jesus, then as he's moving around, he calls Matthew to be his, follow me. And Matthew is, of course, as we know, a tax collector. And all of Matthew's friends, who are tax collectors as well, come along with Matthew, and they're there with Jesus. And of course, this stirs up controversy because what's he hanging out with these sinners for? These people that conspire with the Roman government against us. Doesn't he know who they are? Doesn't he know they are sinners? And again, that's one of the things that sometimes we get put into a classification just because of who we hang out with, or maybe the color of our skin, or where we're from, or so many different things. Jesus doesn't care about that. Jesus cares about saving the lost. And that's what his response is. I came to save sinners. And because these were called and known as sinners. And the final part of Matthew chapter 9 that we are assigned to read today is in Matthew's gospel, this leader of the synagogue comes and says to Jesus, my daughter is dead. Other gospels will tell us his name is Jairus, and his daughter is on the verge of death as he comes to Jesus. And Jesus begins to go with Jairus, or with this leader, to his dead daughter in Matthew's gospel. And this woman in the crowd comes and just reaches out and touches Jesus' cloak, his garment, and he feels the power go out because of this woman's faith. And the woman is healed immediately. And we know that story. But again, it's the faith. It's the trusting in that Jesus has the power to do it. And it is in believing the word of God in and through Jesus Christ. And, when we believe those words, you are forgiven. You are precious and honored in God's sight. It's like in Isaiah 43, yesterday's Old Testament reading, you are precious and honored in my sight, and I love you. Or those are the words of God. And when we have that faith and that trust, this woman had faith. This leader of the synagogue has faith that Jesus can do something. It's just Abraham was deemed righteous by his faith. And so are we. We are righteous because of our faith in Jesus Christ. We're not right with God because of how good we are. Because none of us is good enough for that. And we know that. But this woman is healed of this disease that she's had for years. And then Jesus gets to this leader's house. And the people are all there. What do you think you're doing? It's way too late. This girl is dead. She's been dead, and Jesus goes in to the room and he touches her eyes and her, that's the blind man coming as well on the way there. But he goes in to where this woman is, and this girl is dead, and he raises her from the dead as well. He took her by the hand and she got up, and I guess the blind men are after that. But Jesus continues to change people's lives for the better. Do we ever see anything in the gospel where, someone's life is changed for the worse because of Jesus? They may see their sins. It's like, the rich man that ends up, in the place of torment. He hasn't changed. And he can't